Good evening, everybody. Steve here, RJT Custom Sabers. Been a while since I posted a video, but I got a really nice saber to show you guys tonight, as well as a chassis design we redid for this one because the chassis that was in it was terrible. Just no functionality to it at all. It held the electronics well, it protected them, all that was fine, but extremely not user-friendly. So I'll go over all of that during this video, what to do, what not to do in designing a chassis as we go through it all. So what we've got tonight is a Fallen V2 we did a custom job on, powder coating, got a gold sparkle on there, all gold and some custom etching. I probably will not be doing this again to a Fallen, it is a pain. But it turned out super, super, super nice, and a slight bit of weathering on it as well, just to kind of give it a little bit more character. And this is what we got, and there is the custom chassis that we redid for this one. So you got a removable battery, you have a kill key, or sorry, a kill switch right in there, holds your soundboard nice and snug in there, full access to your USB port, access to the SD card, just a little tap right there, 20mm speaker, nice and secure. Chassis does not come out, you don't ever need to take it out because you can access everything just from unscrewing the bottom of the saber. NeoPixel on this one as well. I'm not sure if you guys can see in there, but yeah, NeoPixel on this one as well. Shade the connector down to give it a little bit more blade depth as well. So really, really, really nice. Really, really loving this. So this, like I said, so this is basically what it is. You guys know the other stuff. Main button, auxiliary switch, got your kill key. Let's talk about the chassis before I put it all together and kind of show you everything else. So this is the chassis that I did for it. It's all hand painted to match, gold, copper, silver accents in there. Looking really, really nice. And like I said, you can access everything. So we can access the soundboard, USB, SD card, everything to make all your changes and the adjustments and any fine tuning you want to do. Really easily accessible just by undoing the saber, clicking that switch over, making sure it's off, and you're good to go. Battery, fully accessible right there as well. Easy to take in and out. No issues getting at anything at all. So really, really functional, but yet still super nice, really beautiful. Oh, and we've got the brass rods running up the sides of both sides of the chassis as well. A little extra little detail I decided to throw in there. I think it just gives a little bit there. And then just a little bit weathered on that as well. So super nice. So what I took out of this, which was, like I said, it held everything, but it was not functional, was this. And this had tape on it, so was it not only not functional, so the soundboard you can see is up here, which puts the soundboard up in this section, right in here. No access to get to your soundboard unless you fully take apart the saber and then have to slide this down and out, being careful of your switches every single time you do that, as these are plungers in there, so making sure that they don't ever snag as you push it back in. You had to, also to get it out, you had to take the shrouds off, undo the set screws that were holding your pixel connector in there as well, loosen that up and then pull it down. And it was a whole process to get this out, to be able to access your soundboard and your sound card and everything else. Super pain in the butt. Don't do stuff like this. It's not user friendly. It may work as an install part, gives you tons of room for wires, tons of room for everything else. Maybe easy to install like this, but if you're designing a chassis, you really want to think about the end user experience with that as well. Yes, you had a removable battery, but back here behind that battery, you have tons of space for your soundboard, your kill switch, your speaker. Everything fits down here very, very, very nicely. I'm not the only one to design a chassis for this saber already, and several others also have it where your sound card and everything else is extremely easily accessible without having to dismantle your saber to get at it. Yeah, and then other things in this, the dimensions weren't correct on the inside, so to compensate, this thing was wrapped and wrapped and wrapped in electrical tape, both here and here, to make it fit snug and not loose. The one that I replaced it with, everything fits perfectly snug. There's no wiggling, no looseness to it at all. You can see everything there is nice and secure in the saber, no issues. So yeah, designing chassis, there's a lot to think about. Just because someone offers a chassis for an install and it's really, really cheap, there's probably a reason for that. So, yeah, I would not recommend anything with this style to anybody. It's just super not user-friendly. It works, technically, but yeah, no, don't do it. So when you're getting stuff designed and you're getting things looked at and you're getting things made, there's a lot that goes into this stuff. Yes, I know my chassis, just like a few other building market, are a little bit higher priced than other options that are out there. And if you're super budget, yeah, I'm probably not the guy for you. But you got to think about all these little things when designing a chassis. Not only just can you squish everything in here, but can you still make it strong and functional and everything else? I've seen other guys where, yeah, they just make a bunch of cutouts, everything fits in, it's all really tight. But how durable is it? How strong is it? Is it going to last? All those kinds of things, right? So those are things you got to consider when you're getting stuff made and when you're getting things commissioned. I know we paid a lot of money to have this done, and I feel bad about that because it's not the right way to do it. So yeah, that is that. Might as well turn her on, put her together.
I'm Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight and friend to Captain Solo.
And this thing, being as long as it is nice and loud. I'm really impressed how loud this saber is when you get it all put together in there. Very, very, very nice. And I mean, it doesn't really do it justice on camera, guys, but you can kind of see that sparkle in there. In person, this thing looks just awesome. Yeah, really love how this turned out with the weathering, the etching, the gold sparkle. It looks super, super cool in person. I know the customer's going to be really, really happy with it. Sad to see it go, but yeah, this one was a lot of fun to do and create and everything else. So I'll be getting that off to him right away. But yeah, as far as chassis and stuff like that go, everything else too, do that custom, powder coating, etching, everything for you guys. Be sure to check us out, RJT Customs, Facebook, Instagram, and Patreon. Thanks a lot, guys.